Hello keto peoples and non-keto peoples. Keto Cricket here. Hope you guys are having a fabulous Labor Day or had a fabulous Labor Day weekend. I am on vacation and I thought I would show you guys my chicken recipe that I make for my hubby. It is keto, paleo, all the things. Pretty much anybody could eat this, a regular person. So I already actually cooked half of it, or cooked it halfway through, but I'm going to go ahead and show you that recipe now. So here we have our drumsticks, and I did get this time, I've bought just this general Walmart brand drumsticks, and I'm going to tell you, they are pretty nasty. So this time I spent a little bit more money and I got the Tyson antibiotic-free and hormone-free drumsticks, and these look so much better than the cheap ones. So it really wasn't that much more expensive. It was a couple more dollars. These will last Danny at least a month, sometimes a couple months before I have to do this. So, and like I said, I already cooked them halfway through, so I'm just rotating them. You can kind of see the seasoning that was on there. Then we're going to add some garlic powder, and you can see I am super technical here with this. I just sprinkle it on. And then we're going to do some turmeric, and remember, turmeric is great for inflammation. So if you have issues with this, and it also has a great flavor. It's not super strong, but it's not super not strong either, I guess. It has a nice mild flavor. We're going to do just some freshly ground pepper. This is a little grinder, sorry. Of course, our infamous pink salt. There we go. And last but not least, I am going to add paprika. Now, paprika could be inflammatory to you, as we've talked about in the past. If you have an intolerance to nightshades, so that's something to kind of be careful about. There you go. Alrighty, so that's what the chicken looks like. It's very hot. And then we're going to go ahead and put that back in the oven. So I do anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes on one side and then 12 to 15 minutes on the other. And I'll pull those out at the end so you guys can see what they look like. Okay guys, I just pulled the chicken out of the oven and check it out. This is what it looks like. So you can see both sides now are seasoned. Okay, I'm just going to temp it. So far I've done these for about 27 minutes. Like I said, it kind of ranges. Sometimes they're done a little bit closer, 12 minutes, about 24 minutes. Sometimes they need the full 30. But we're going to go ahead and temp it with a meat thermometer. Chicken, we want it to be 165 degrees, and you want to make sure you're not touching the bone. So, and this is still climbing at 173, and that was, I always pick kind of one of the fattier pieces of meat as well, just to make sure. So, I know you guys can't really see that, but there we go. So now it's going down. So our chicken is done, and then I'm just going to let that cool off. I typically will let this cool for at least 30 minutes and then I'll kind of actually put it in the fridge, possibly let it cool farther. Sometimes I just let it get basically to room temperature. It kind of depends on the time of day. Right now it's afternoon, so these aren't going to cool very quickly, so I probably will let them cool enough to get them to a point where I can stick them in the fridge to let them cool completely, and then I will put them in pairs, because I usually pack my hubby 2 pieces. If you just throw them in the freezer together, then they stick together, and that's not a good time, because then when you're trying to separate them for lunch or for a dinner or whatever, then they're there. So you could separate them in individual pieces depending on your family or how you plan on dispersing them or just eat them as a meal. This would make a great dinner for the family as well. You can see as far as prep goes, maybe a minute and a half as far as, having to get it due. I do rinse my chicken off out of the package, so that probably takes the longest. Sprinkle that seasoning in, bake, pull it out, sprinkle more seasoning on, bake again, and voila, it is marvelous. And this is my husband's absolute favorite recipe for chicken. You could do this with chicken wings as well. I just like to make sure he gets plenty of protein and meat on there so that he has the energy he needs for his lunches and for his day. But I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Let me know what you want to see me make next. Have a great day.